Well, hello and happy spring. And I'm happy you're here. I am grateful for the beautiful weather. It's a little bit cold here in Montreal, but the sun was bright and shining. And I don't know what you have planned for spring, but isn't it rejuvenating? Today, I was fortunate enough to meet some friends and start my day at breakfast. And behind me is see the lovely spring flowers. So I wasn't able to be with my friends for my birthday, which was in February. So they celebrated me well, it's one of their birthdays as well. So it was a nice exchange of gifts over a wonderful breakfast in a quaint new restaurant that one of our members, Karen Postuma, introduced me to, Amy's. And it was decadent. Like, it was like a birthday cake, really, because the pancakes were filled with everything beautiful. And like, I know, bananas on crepes with English cream and dulce de leche syrup just over it. Completely unhealthy, something you don't do often, but I loved it. So today Katherine and I wanted to really talk about spring and how wonderful it is. I don't know about any of you, but many years ago, while I was living in Coburg, I was curious. I wanted to see the leaves on the tree appear. Like, it just seemed to me, I saw leaves fall in the fall, in autumn. However, I never really saw, like, it was like one day to the next, leaves appeared on trees. So this one year I would get up every morning and I'd look out my back door and I would look, and I'm just looking to see if I have any of you here with me right now. So I would look out. Hi, Robert. Good evening. And Karen. I wish I had my romper room, because I'd say, and I see, and I see, and I see. So I want you to imagine wanting to see something and taking the time to look for it. So what does that look like? It looks like me with my cup of tea, looking out the window in Coburg, and anybody that visited me knew I had a wonderful backyard with this amazing tree in the center of the yard. And as I would look out at the tree, I'd wait to see the leaves. And I'd say, oh, no leaves yet. And I'd see all the buds of the leaves all through the tree, but I would not see leaves. So I said, oh, they're not going to cut. I'm going to catch them. I'm going to see those leaves just open up, just like flowers do sometimes. If you look at lilies, they'll close and open. But you'll never believe. I woke up one morning and the leaves appeared. They were there. I didn't get to see them as they went. They just popped out of nowhere. And isn't that like the ideas that come to our mind? You know, we have ideas, and springtime's wonderful, because in springtime, we're rejuvenating. It's like growth. You know, in the fall, we feel endings. And in the spring, we have beginnings. There's nothing wrong with endings, and there's nothing wrong with beginnings. We seem to get excited about beginnings. However, when things end, there are new beginnings. So this fall, we'll talk about that. But for now, let's talk about beginnings. The sun is shining. The days are longer. We're looking out. We've adjusted to the time change if you're in a time zone change. And isn't it fabulous? And you know what? Oh, yeah. Teresa, how you miss spring. You are spring when you walk around with all your beautiful colors that you have in your store. You know, this is the time to go out. And I'll bring this up. I grew up where the holidays are coming. So we have Passover, Easter, they're all coming now. And isn't that a time to go out and get a new little dress or a new pair of shoes? Like, I would get that. I would get that all the time. Hi, Terry. That orange looks gorgeous. Well, you know what? Thank you for that. I picked this up and I've used it I love scarves. Anybody that knows me knows I love scarves. But I picked this scarf up. I used it as a bathing suit cover. I've used it around my neck and I just over my head if it's raining. So I will go back on track. Springtime is a time for thinking about something new. Now, what would you try that's new? Like, it's the time. Take a walk, and as you're walking, you'll see things are being born. Why not allow your mind to come up with ideas? Explore, take an adventure. Before I got on here, I was listening to a song, Return to Pooh Corner. And, I love the whole idea of going on an expedition. So we talk about living life by design. We talk about stepping into you. So if you can imagine right now, stepping into your ideas, stepping into the things that you'd like to try that you may not have been brave enough to, or you may sit and say, I don't have the money to, or I'm too old to, or I'm afraid, or whatever is saying, anything that comes, I want, but after the but, stop, full stop. If in your head you have an idea, you want to try something, why not try it? Why not try it? Why not do something new? Just like the trees are about to blossom and the flowers are about, the tulips in the gardens, everything's about to come up. The water, because the ice is melting and all of a sudden the water is bubbling up, and the rain will come and clean up the streets. Now is the time to clean up any negativity in your life. Clean up the things that are holding you, weighing you down. No, you're not stuck. You're absolutely, you have the opportunity at springtime to say, I want this. Just like everything that's going to start growing right now, you grow. Now, Bob Proctor teaches when we set goals, people set goals and they think, I'm setting a goal for money. I'm setting a goal because I want a new house. I'm setting a goal because I want a new love. I'm setting a goal for something. But really a goal, and I learned best from him on that, is so you can grow. And if you're doing the same thing all of the time, you're not growing. So if you look at the tree that you've seen over and over again in your backyard, and you look at the leaves on it that are coming, they're not the same as last year. There's more, there's less, they're different color, they're different shape. That's you. You're not the same as you were last year, and you don't want to be. You want to grow. You want to take the best that life has to offer. And sometimes it's not, it's a little easy. We're going through change. Like there's a whole bunch of people that are going to graduate this year. There's a whole bunch of people that are going to retire. There's a whole bunch of people going to start transitioning to another stage of their life in some way. It's scary. It's like something's ending, but something's beginning. So you know what? As the snow leaves the ground and as the grass starts to grow, we have the chance to take the same view and to look at it and to say, I want to try this. So if anybody has a question, I can see your comments here, and I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing your Prime Real Estate, your mind with me tonight. And this month we're reading a book. We always have a book of the month. We're reading Ikigai, and we're coming up to a new book in April. But if you haven't, it's really an interesting book. It is very interesting how some societies age better than others. And you sit and say, age better than others. Yeah, age better than others. What are they doing? They have some commonality. One, they're not sitting in a parking lot doing nothing. They're not in the no growth mode. they are doing something. They are in movement. Jean Godbout, one of the people in our community, did a really nice conference last week on, he called it perdre du poids, lose weight, but it had everything to do with living young and living healthy. And it was very interesting how sugars and salts, and I'm not going to do him justice, but one day we'll want to hear from him because he speaks to growth. And growth in how? Growth in living a long, healthy life. So, you know, we sometimes are a little anxious when we say, oh, it's new. Seasons can do that. New ideas can do that. But why not embrace them this spring? Why not take a look at the leaf that is about to burst open and come alive and spend the summer providing us just enough shade so that we don't get sunburned, just enough shade. It really is, we're like that. We have the ability to be vibrant and excited, like my orange scarf, or calm while you're doing that. Excited and calm at the same time. And that's what growing is. Growing is really looking underneath. What does it look like for us living life by design? It looks like you taking the time to be with yourself. And I would say, I know all of you in this room right now that have popped in here, and I know most of you in our community, and we all have something special, and we all have a really nice characteristic, is that we care. So you're about to bloom for spring. So allow your mind to soar. Allow yourself to try something new and enjoy yourself. So I want to say thank you for being here. I want to say have a wonderful evening and step into you, because I know you're pretty wonderful. You just have to find that piece of you. Never mind what anybody's ever said about you not being absolutely perfect the way you are, because you are. So I'm going to wish you a lovely evening. Enjoy the springtime and see you next week. Katherine Kim Mullen.